You close the front door, and for a second you feel that small weight in your chest. Maybe your cat will just sleep. Maybe they will be fine. That is what we tell ourselves because we have work, errands, trips, and life to handle. But then you see them waiting by the door, crying on the camera, hiding from the sitter, or lighting up the moment they hear your voice. Cats may look independent, but being alone can feel very different from their side of the door. Why cats need you? We all have to leave the house. But leaving a cat alone completely unchecked or making critical errors before you walk out puts their safety and happiness at high risk. Studies confirm that cats form genuine attachment bonds with you. They feel more secure when you are present and experience measurable stress when you leave. In the wild, cats are agile predators. In your living room, they are completely dependent on the environment you build for them. If you leave them alone with the wrong setup, that environment quickly turns from a sanctuary into a source of chronic anxiety and physical danger. Hidden home hazards. Let us start with the physical hazards hiding in plain sight. Before you leave, you might tidy up and leave a simple hair tie or string on the counter. To a cat, this is an exciting toy, but a cat's tongue is covered in backward-facing barbs. If they swallow that hair tie, it cannot come back out. This creates a deadly linear foreign body. The string bunches their intestines like an accordion, leading to agonizing pain and emergency surgery. Dangerous wires and toxic plants. Look out for exposed wires. To a bored cat, a dangling phone charger looks exactly like a wiggling snake. Chewing a live wire causes severe electrical burns or fatal cardiac arrest. The same goes for toxic plants. Lilies, aloe vera, and tulips are deadly. A single bite or even brushing against lily pollen can trigger irreversible kidney failure within hours. Remove these plants entirely. Bathtubs, washers, and dryers. You also have to secure large appliances and water sources. You might leave the bathroom door open thinking they need space. But a full bathtub left unattended is a fatal attraction. Cats easily slip on smooth porcelain rims and panic in deep water instantly. They cannot grip the sides to escape and can drown quickly. Always drain the tub. Open washing machines are just as dangerous. Cats seek dark, enclosed spaces, and falling asleep inside a washer or dryer can end in tragedy if someone turns it on without checking. Food and water mistakes. Then there is the food and water mistake. You cannot just leave a massive mountain of food before a long shift. Free feeding when you leave is a ticking time bomb. Stressed cats will often gorge themselves in the first hour and spend the rest of the day hungry. Even worse, if a cat is stressed by your absence and stops eating entirely for 24 to 36 hours, their liver becomes overwhelmed with fat. This triggers a deadly condition called hepatic lipidosis, or fatty liver disease. You also cannot rely on one big bowl of water. Cats have a low thirst drive. If a piece of food drops into that single bowl, or your cat accidentally knocks it over, they are left with nothing for the next 8 hours. This chronic mild dehydration is a direct path to kidney disease. Stressful goodbye rituals. Next, let us look at the psychological torment owners accidentally cause. First is the dramatic goodbye ritual. You hug them, use a sad baby voice, and tell them you will miss them. Cats read your tone and smell your stress hormones. When you make a big deal out of leaving, their cortisol levels spike. You are training their brain to expect abandonment and danger. The same applies to chaotic mornings. Rushing around frantically floods your cat's nervous system with stress. Noise and sensory deprivation. Many owners leave the TV or radio on thinking the noise is comforting. It is not. Random TV programming features sudden volume spikes, sirens, and shouting. A cat's hearing is 3 times more sensitive than yours. This unpredictable noise is a sensory assault that skyrockets their stress levels. Alternatively, some owners shut all the blinds and leave the house pitch black. This is a sensory deprivation trap. Cats need visual stimulation from windows, like birds and changing light, to regulate their serotonin and internal clocks. Without a window view, cats fall into chronic boredom, over-grooming, and depression. Now I want to know the truth. Do you think your cat actually enjoys background noise? Or have we all been doing this just to make ourselves feel less guilty when we leave? Tell me in the comments. And this is where many cat owners make the mistake that can damage trust the fastest. Why punishment fails. Finally, avoid the punishment trap. You come home to a mess and yell. Cats do not connect delayed punishment with their actions. They just learn to fear you. The mess was a symptom of the stress you left them in. If they peed on the rug, it is because a dirty litter box is a massive stressor. Cats are obligate hygiene animals. If you skip scooping before you leave, the box becomes unusable to them. They are forced to eliminate elsewhere. This is not revenge, it is distress. Hidden signs of cat stress. Here is the most critical insight. Cats are hardwired to hide pain and discomfort. The damage that builds during poorly managed alone time is almost never visible until a medical or behavioral crisis explodes. You might come home and see your cat quietly resting, but inside, their nervous system could be on fire. Boredom and isolation are not neutral states for a feline. They are chronic forms of stress. When you leave them alone for days with just a pile of food, thinking they are independent, they actually suffer from profound social deprivation. How stress shortens your cat's life. Why does this matter so much? Because these repeated microtraumas and hidden dangers literally shorten your cat's lifespan. Chronic stress weakens their immune system and disrupts their digestion. Ignoring their environmental needs leads to obesity, urinary tract infections, and destructive behaviors like shredded furniture or self-mutilation. Build a cat-safe routine. To fix this, you must build a cat-centric world before you grab your keys. Create routine and predictability. Leave at the same time every day. Use automatic puzzle feeders for reliable meal schedules and mental stimulation. Set up multiple water bowls in different rooms. Ensure they have a safe, quiet hiding den. Keep your arrivals and departures absolutely boring. If you must go away for more than 24 hours, hiring a pet sitter or using a cattery is non-negotiable. Safe alone time for cats. Creating a safe environment for your cat when they are alone is an active, ongoing process. It is about shifting your perspective and anticipating their wild instincts. You are their entire world. When you protect their routine, secure the hazards, and provide real enrichment, you replace their daily panic with peaceful security. Real love means protecting them even when you are not in the room. And once you realize how deeply your cat depends on the world you create for them, one question becomes impossible to ignore. What do they actually think you are? Because some of the strangest things your cat does, from sleeping on you to following you everywhere, may not be random at all. They may be signs of something much deeper. Your cat may have bonded with you in the same way they once bonded with their mother.